Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Bhavana. Good
Sir,
morning.
shall we start the session?
Yes, you just tell me. I have already come. No problem.
Okay, sir.
So good morning to one and all. I'm Devika from PS Quality Certification Private Limited, Chennai. Welcome you for today's session. We have 20 years of legacy of operations. So we provide support to higher education institutes across the nation for getting accreditation under NAC and NBA. So we provide support for NIRF also. So we guide the HEIs in obtaining the deemed university status and complying with other statutory requirements. We provide guidance in getting certification under ISO, Green Energy and Environmental Audit, and Academic Administrative Audit. We provide training in NAPL, NAPH, FTP, BAC, and quality tools. We also support HES informing MOEs, securing consultancy funding, and establishing tie-ups with international universities. So PSQC is a well-established professional research and development organization supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professionals focuses on achieving quality. So for today's webinar on NIRF, Innovation and Sustainability, Dr. Guru Prasad Mohanda. So we are honored to introduce our expert speaker, Professor Dr. Guru Prasad Mohanda, who brings over 34 years of distinguished experience in the field of teaching and research. He is former professor and head of the Department of Pharmacy at Annamalai University. He previously held the position of National Technical Officer for Essential Drugs and Medicines at WHO India. A scholar and mentor, he has guided 20 PhD researchers, contributed over 100 peer-reviewed publications, numerous textbooks, leads major projects in pharmacovigilance, automicrobial resistance, and medicine management funded by prestigious bodies like WHO, UGC, ICMR, and CSIR. His work has earned him top honors, including the Best Researcher Award from Annamalai University, IAPST Paramedical Scientist of the Year Award 2015, and recipient of PC Ray Gold Medal. So, as a national leader, he served as Vice President of the Community Pharmacy Division of the Indian Paramedical Association and a former national advisor on pharmacovigilance. He has traveled extensively around the globe and delivered lectures. He has been writing in print media, educating the common man. So Professor Moganda is perfectly poised to share deep insights on NAC requirements of environment, sustainability, and green initiative. So once again, I am happy to welcome you, sir. So you can take over the session now, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are comfortable today. Wishing you all a good time ahead. Friends, you might have a little aware about what is happening at national level. We have the national education policy, and in our state also we have started a new policy, state education policy. And under the state education policy, at this moment, they want to rank all the institutions like NIRF, National Institutional Ranking Framework, similar way SIRF. And this has come even in today's newspaper. You
ranking framework and
yes, please. So, friend, why we want this ranking? Because, see, we are all from higher educational institutes. So, who are our stakeholders? Our stakeholders are parents and the children who are going.
Excuse me, sir. Kindly mute your video, please. Mr. Nagapraveen.
See, here is a simple question. You might have aware of this very popular show in Indian television. What is that show? Kaun Banega Crorepati? Who will become Crorepati? So, see here, there are four options: 20 and 24. It is written 2024. Which one? A, B, C, D. See, are we not confused whether we should accept A as the correct answer, B as the correct answer, C as the correct answer, D is the correct? And similarly, for all the parents, when they have completed +2 examination, science, arts, commerce, whatever stream, they are confused where they should put their children. Friends, always we look at who is the most important person in any organization, any activity, but look at this picture. Who is doing the most important work? People think who is repairing, but whether he can reach the level of doing this repairing unless this fat man stands here. So that is why in quality system, always everybody is important. It is not then he or she is only important, everyone is important. Friends, NIRF was started in 2015. The government of India at that time, Ministry of Human Resource Development, and now this Ministry of Human Resource Development is renamed as Ministry of Education. So first, government has approved that we'll have this NIRF, national level ranking, different discipline, and the first one has come ranking in 2016, and 2025 ranking is not yet made public because of some issues, and mostly the legal issues, because the court has directed not to publish. There are many issues. Based on that, probably court has directed not to release the ranking. So there are different categories for ranking. See, what are the different categories? Overall ranking, engineering, management, pharmacy, colleges, architecture, law, medical, dental, research, innovation. Initially, it was not like this. It was very, very specific initially. And now we have 16 categories. Universities, even in university, whether it is open university, whether it is state public university, whether it is skill university, so many different categories have come. And totally at this moment, it is 16 categories for which NIRF ranking is given. Friends, and if we look into, because we have several members sitting here at this moment, is about 28 participants, leaving me aside, it will be about 27. So that means probably we have people from different categories. And when we have people for different categories, the requirements are little different, but general requirements remain same. So, two parameters in NIRF that we are going to discuss today is one is innovation. It is a very buzzword. We have been talking in every forum. What we want is innovation. But if you ask someone to define what is the meaning of innovation, not just our understanding, what is the innovation defined by the regulatory or official bodies? Innovation can be defined as converting ideas. Yes, I have idea. Either this idea can be converted into new or improved product, process, or service. See, three categories: products, process, and service. Three categories where we have a progressive thinking, whether we are able to change, whether we are able to improve the existing product, process, or service, or we are able to generate a new product, process, sorry. So if we look at this, it is not just we are able to have the product, but we should be able to see that this product reaches the market. This product reaches, that means other people should be able to use. Yes, it is not that it is freely available. People have to procure it, people have to buy it. And there is a little difference between these two terminology, procurement and buying. Anyway, that is not our interest at this moment. Our interest is that our product should reach the product, process, or service should reach the market where it will show that if you use this will promote economic growth and this will show the social development. See, this innovation achievement, it goes hands in hand with entrepreneurship. Yes, we prepare, yes, we have the ideas, but who will bring it to the marketplace? It is the entrepreneur. So these two go hands in hands. So whether our students are able to do it, whether our teachers are able to do it, that is one of the criteria. And for if the students or the teachers should be able to do it, first thing is we need to provide them the ecosystem so that they are aware of the facilities available at our disposal and they can not just the job seekers, they can also the job providers. That means if they have the innovative ideas, they can convert this into a business idea. Initially, this innovation category was different. It was not linked with NIRF. And this was Atal ranking of institution. Atal ranking of institution. I don't know how many of you are aware of Atal means. Our former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. In his name, the government has put this Atal ranking of institution. And it is linked only for innovation achievements. It was the initial phase, launched only in 2023, but it is redefined, innovation is redefined and linked to the NIRF. A new category has been introduced in an NIRF ranking. Friends, if we see 2044 ranking, it is the IITs and private deemed universities dominate this category. No doubt, IITs are the premier institutions of this country, but many private deemed universities are able to achieve, and in 2024 category, 2025 is yet to come. 2024 category, they are the first 50 members under this category belong to IITs and private deemed universities. Friends, so what are the parameters for innovation if we want to rank the educational institutes in terms of innovation? What are the parameters we need to look at? Number of recognized startup. See, it is the recognized, not just I have done, it is not that this should get the recognition. We'll come later, little details about this. Who gives this recognition? Then the second one is funding. Whether we have got the innovation grants, foreign direct investment for our new product, process, or service. How many numbers of patent published? How many number of patent granted? And in general, granting a patent in India is much more difficult than acquiring a patent in other countries, because India has a little robust system to protect the people from exploitation. Another parameters that we include here is how many alumni of our institution are the founder members of Fortune 500 companies. Number of courses introduced. This is in our domain: entrepreneurship, innovation, and IPR. So how many courses we have? This need not be sometimes the full courses, but it can be a value-added course. So how many courses we have introduced in this category? So when it is startup, where from we get this recognition? Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So if we have the startup company, and we should get the recognition from the Department of Promotion of Industry and International Trade, DPIIT. So the basic, why we give so much importance to the startup, because these are not only to serve the society with their innovation, with their new skills, but it influences to great extent to our economy, because it provides job opportunities for the new generation. So who gives the funding for startup company? Some state like Kerala, it has a provision to provide a sizable amount of funding for startup companies. Otherwise, the Department of Science and Technology, Biotechnology, and so on, they all provide grant. In previously in DST, it was an organization called ACRB. Now it is Onusandhan. So like that, we have many funding agencies, and biotechnology is a big area. This biotechnology ignition grant, it is known as BIG scheme, and they provide a sizable grant for establishing the startups. So when it is patent means an exclusive right we get. If we go into the patent, we get the exclusive right. And this exclusive right at this moment is 20 years. Friends, one side, if we look, patent is a sign of prosperity. Yes, we can exploit it and we can generate revenue. See, this patent is now important for us, not only because for our necessity, it is for Atmanirbhar, for self-sustaining. Because if we look at even the medicine prices are very high, those who are under the patent regime. If it is outside the patent, government has provision to control the price of medicines. Even when it is not there, some of you, those who know about the medicines, the bedaquiline, a medicine for tuberculosis, the country was struggling because the company went to the Supreme Court telling that they are not allowing me for this patent, but good sense prevailed. And Supreme Court says it is not in the interest of the country. So whether our alumni are member of big companies, and they have included the Forbes, Fortune 500 companies, and these companies are the biggest. And Fortune magazine rates them, the Forbes business house or the magazine has a ranking of billionaires. So whether our alumni part of any of the most rich companies. So number of courses we have introduced. Number of courses we have introduced. How many courses introduced in innovation? So not necessarily, as I said, it is not necessarily as a main curriculum, because many of the things curriculum is not in our hand, because university decides, and above the university is the regulatory body. For example, for medicine, it is National Medical Commission. For pharmacy, it is Pharmacy Council of India. And like that, different regulatory authorities are there. So they don't permit us to use the subjects in the main curriculum. But if we are able to introduce in the main curriculum, it's excellent. If you are a deemed university, we are able to do it. At least we will be able to do as value-added courses. So this is about the innovation. And next is sustainability. Next is sustainability. This is again a buzzword, both innovation and sustainability. But sustainability, mostly we looked at the environmental sustainability, and this is a new parameters in NIRF that is introduced in this year 2025. Friends, the world leaders have introduced MDGs, Millennium Development Goals. When we entered the new millennium, just before entering, I'm sure many of you probably remember when we are entering into 2000, many people say this will not work, that will not work, so many things. But the world leaders have decided how we can make the world different from the world we have been living. And that is why they have introduced Millennium Development Goals. India is part of it. So in 2015, they have seen, yes, in 2000 we have introduced, but many of the things we have not achieved. Though we planned to achieve, we did not. And that is why in 2015, again the world leaders joined together in the United Nations. Yes, how we can make the world a better place for living. And this strategically decided that these are the sustainable development goals, and we should be able to achieve these sustainable development goals. And now, these sustainable development goals are part of our NIRF ranking. But in 2025, it is introduced, but no fixed weightage at this moment. They say you should have compliance with the United Nations SDGs, but how much, what percentage of weightage in NIRF is not yet made public. So there are different sustainable development goals. The goal number 1, that we want to see the world there is no poverty. Number 2, no zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. And number 4, the quality education. These are all the SDGs as a whole, sustainable development goals. So out of these goals, where we are able to intervene and make the world a better place for living. Quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy. Everywhere our higher education institutes can intervene. Goal number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. 10, reduce inequality. 11, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on hand, peace, justice, and strong institution partnership for achieving these goals. So these are 17 goals United Nations has specified, and all the countries, including India, has signed for it. And that is why almost every year, the government of India is able to see how much we have achieved. What is our contribution as far as our country is concerned? What is India's contribution towards these 17 goals? And the government of India publishes how much we have achieved and what are even the best practices we have on these SDGs. So, some of the areas which may be useful to us and some of the areas where we'll be able to do. For example, promotion of gender equality. Can an higher education do something here? Promotion of gender equality. Yes, definitely. For example, we must have a policy that no discrimination in terms of our admission, in terms of employing people in our organization, in terms of salary we are or wages we are giving. So, like that, this is one side. The other side is we can have outreach activities or extension activities where we have such issues. Go to the nearby village, educate them, and that is our contribution. Reduction of social and economic inequalities. Reduction of social and economic, yes, this is basically if we have job oriented courses, if we offer people who are qualified in this can reduce the economic issues, they can improve the economy of the family. And that means there is where they are living, they will have a good facilities. Coming to the social inequalities, yes, it is our outreach activities. We should go to the village, we should go to the areas where we have outreach or extension activities. Can we do this? Ensuring inclusive and accessible education. Friends, many times we have problem that we don't admit the students who are physically challenged just because we cannot provide them the facility. So how we can provide them? That is inclusivity. Driving climate action and environment sustainability. This is a big challenge. Even the globally, we find difficult, especially look at the environment sustainability. We are not able to make the proper action plan because we are most often concerned with the economic development. But economic development never comes as it is. Anything, if we want to make a good road, if we want to make good building, it has its own environmental impact. And all higher institutions, higher education institutes can adopt green campus and clean energy initiative. And this is easy to do and it does not require much investment either. So there are three ways to do: by adopting energy efficiency culture, water management culture, waste management. So with this, we can improve the change. Sorry, we can change everything. It is not possible to change everything, but at least the surrounding of us, we can make a clean place for living. So Green Campus Initiative under this heading, green coverage. How much green coverage we have? See, this is the total area of our campus. How much green? Carbon footprint reduction. Again, if we plant trees, this will reduce the carbon footprint and the sustainable infrastructure. Even the architecture, they are now taught how to develop the sustainable infrastructure. Because see, the moment we talk of development in terms of, and how we see, yes, buildings are being constructed, the roads are being let down, and the different types of number of vehicles increased, and all these are all this sign of development. But development does not come alone. Development is coming with the threat of the environment. So that is why it becomes part of every organization to reduce the carbon footprint. So what we'll do here is, what are the research publication we have? Can we relate our research publication with sustainability or some of the parameters of SDG? Whether we have signed any collaboration to help us to work together in sustainable development goals, reaching some of the, it is not that all parameters will be able to do, but definitely one day one of my friend asked me, yes, we had water management program. Okay, water rain harvesting at one point of time in Tamil Nadu, they said you will not get the electricity connection unless you have the rain water harvesting system. Now the question comes is,
ನಾವು ಆಗ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್, ನಾವು ಆಗ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Sorry for the inconvenience, dear participants.
Aravind sir, please mute your mic, please. Aravind sir, can you hear me?
so when and individually it is very difficult to do all the things, but when we work jointly, we collaborate with others, many of the works become simplified and we can achieve big things if we join together. So how much our own research publication, how much do with collaboration, and what innovation we have initiated or tried. So when we look at sustainability, is it in our curriculum? If it is not in the curriculum, we can include as one. If the curriculum, sometimes the regulatory authorities permission is required, but definitely we can put as value added courses. And what student initiative? If we look at the student initiative, can we use our NSS? Can we use our NCC? Then the student, can we encourage them to take project on green initiative? So this is what we can do. This is at the minimum requirement. Governance and transparency. For example, institutional policy. What is our institutional policy? Let us see. For everything in the institution, we should have policies. And the policies not just to keep in the almirah or the bureau of the principal or management. The every policy should be made known to others. For example, institutional policy, yes. One institutional policy, if I'm looking at just the sustainability, not using plastics in the campus. Institutional policies, waste management, first is waste segregation. Whatever waste we have, whether we have the methodology to segregate. So that is what is institutional policies. Then the public reporting. Public reporting means whatever we are doing, we should be able to report to others. Let the public also know. Friends, we have almost come to an end of our today's webinar. And a Scottish physician has said, the aim of education should be to teach us how to think rather than what to think. So, as a teacher, we have ample opportunities to talk to our students, friends. No curriculum has stopped us to talk to the students what is betterment for the humankind. Not necessarily always restrict ourselves to the curriculum. So, Bhavana has already told about this and what the PSQC can do for you. Yes, it can organize sensitizing programs, help in data collection and reorganizing the data, help in data submission. Friends, it does the catalytic role. It can do the academic and administrative audit, green audit, energy audit, and so many ways the PSQC can help you. Friends, this is my last slide. So if you think there is something you are misunderstood, something not properly understood, I beg pardon for it, because it's a small cartoon. Always there is a communication gap between who gives the lecture and who listens the lectures. Thank you very much. Bhavana?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Feedback link ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೊಂದು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಫೋಟೋ ತೆಗಿ ನಂಗೊಂದು ಕಳಿಸಿ ನಾನು ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಂದು
Sir, is the session is over, sir?
Now she's complaining of cough and nasal block.
Dear participants, if you have any queries, please ask with sir. Dear participants, can you hear me? Sir, I think there is no queries for anyone. Shall we wind up, sir?
Okay, okay.
Thank
You
sir, for
very
your
much
excellent
for the
presentation.
patience hearing.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Dear participants, thank you for your support and active participation. Now we
you
have...
are not a kid, yeah. You are not taking care of the case. Next time, don't come to me without finding out whatever you are going to
Sir?
tell me. Okay, I
Dr.
don't like
Aravind,
it.
sir?
Once time I can tell you.
Dr. Aravind, sir, can you please mute your mic, please? Dear participants, now we have shared the feedback on the feedback form for certificates in the chat box. Kindly fill that.
Bhavana, can I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can wind up, sir. I think there is no queries for anyone.
Sir, I have a query, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Please.
Yes. The sustainability you said, no, sir, sustainability in the compliance with SDGs. Will there won't be any weightage in NIRF? Will they be including it in future?
Is not clear, sir. Can you?
Hello?
Ma'am,
Sir,
actually,
this
your voice is
SD
not clear.
SDG.
Sustainable Development Goals, sir.
Yes, SDG. Will they be including it in future in NIRF?
Yes, sir. That is in 2025. It is planned to be introduced.
Okay. Apart from the normal parameters, this will also be included.
The normal parameters, it is not clear, but from
Okay.
our experience, we have said these are the parameters probably included under sustainability. For example, how we'll tell? See, this is our energy consumption. Last year, this was the energy consumption. This year, what is the energy consumption? Last year, we have this green coverage. This year, what is the green coverage we have? Last year, we had so many equipments we have been using, and these equipments previously or the last year, how many of them are 5-star rated? How many are 5-star rated today? So these are all some of the parameters we are considering at this moment, but they are not spelled out.
Okay. So in NAC also, they will include. In the NAC accreditation also, this SDG parameters are there. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for answering.
Any other have any queries, please? Dear participants, can you hear me? Any other have any queries? I think no one have any queries. Shall we wind up, sir?
So sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Dear participants, please fill the form in the chat box for the e-certifications. Once you fill the form, you can leave. Thank you.